Every story has two sides, the one that you're told and the one that's hidden. Welcome to Twisted Storytimes.
Anastasia didn't fall apart when it ended. That's what made it confusing. No screaming, no begging, no dramatic exit, just silence. People expected her to break down, and she was, just not in the way they thought. Because Anastasia had already cried before it ended. She had already grieved while she was still in it. Every time he ignored her, every time he criticized her, every time he made her feel like she was too much, or somehow not enough. His name was Daniel, her coworker, her safe space, at least that's what she told herself. It didn't start toxic, it started soft. Conversations during breaks, shared jokes, lingering eye contact that felt like something more. And then it became something more, quietly, conventionally, dangerously. He made her feel seen. Then slowly, he made her feel small. You're overthinking. You always do this. You make things complicated. And Anastasia, she adjusted every time. That was her flaw. Not love or overgiving. She smoothed things over, apologized when she wasn't wrong, gave more when she was already empty. Because in her mind, if I just love him better, he'll treat me better. But he didn't. He took, corrected, withdrew, came back just enough to keep her there. The twist, even after it ended, she was still taking care of him. At work, they kept their distance, but emotionally, she was still showing up. Soft tone, gentle responses, making things comfortable for him. One day, he walked past her, didn't speak, didn't look, like she never existed. And something in her shifted. Not sadness, but clarity. Because in that moment, she saw it. The pattern, not just with him, with herself. How she kept choosing people who made her prove her worth. How she overextended to avoid being abandoned. How she stayed soft in situations that required boundaries. She wasn't angry with him. That would have been easier. She was angry with herself for doing it again. She whispered under her breath in the bathroom mirror. That's when it hit her, the real truth. She wasn't just hurt. She was participating in her own hurt. The realization didn't break her. It woke her up. The next day at work, everything changed. Not dramatically, subtly, powerfully. Daniel tried to speak to her for the first time in days. Hey. She looked at him. No emotion, no softness, no access, just acknowledgement. Hey, she said back, flat, neutral, done. No follow-up, no invitation, no emotional doorway. He paused, confused because this wasn't the version of her he knew. You good? He asked. She tilted her head slightly. I am now, and walked away. That moment was small, but it changed everything. Because for the first time, she didn't try to fix it, didn't try to soften it, didn't try to make him comfortable. She chose herself. The twist. Daniel didn't like it. Not the breakup, the boundary. He started watching her more closely, more often, because the woman he once controlled through confusion was no longer available for him. And people notice when they lose access. Weeks passed and Anastasia didn't spiral, didn't regress, didn't reach out. She rebuilt quietly, intentionally. She stopped explaining herself, stopped overextending, stopped shrinking. And something else happened, something unexpected. Peace. Not loud, not dramatic, just present. Because for the first time in a long time, she wasn't trying to be understood. She understood herself. And that changed everything for her. Because the woman who once bent herself to keep someone became the woman who would walk away to keep her peace. Because see, if it took her peace, that became too expensive. And that version could never be controlled again. Sometimes the hardest truth to accept is not how someone treated you, but how long you allowed it. Overgiving is not love. It's a learned survival pattern. And until you recognize it, you will keep choosing people who benefit from that. Healing begins the moment you stop trying to be understood by the wrong people and start honoring yourself, because your peace should never come at the cost of your self-worth. This is Twisted Stories, where the truth always comes out, just not how you expected it.
Thank you for turning the pages on this twisted story with us. If you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any posts from us. And remember, every twisted story have a life lesson attached to it, whether good or bad. You can learn from it and also grow. See you guys next time.